bit lesson about the Euler's method. Okay, you can use any graph or equations in order to explain the Euler's method. How can we use it? And if you want, how did we apply the Euler's method when we consider the drag force? Okay.
Um, I don't really remember the. I remember the method, but I don't really remember the equation. But we have our components in y and x, and a parabolic should, considering, for example, the one in the catapult, is a mm, uh, I forgot like the way you say it, but it's the one in the catapult. It's kind of symmetric. It's a symmetric shoot, but I don't really remember the equation or how to do it.
You do not remember the equation of the Euler's method?
Yeah.
It's okay. You don't have to use it. However, for example, if I ask you what is the Euler method, what would you say?
The Euler method is like a method that will give us, for example, the point of x and y in this step, but it will evaluate the points we will get in like every step. For example, in the MATLAB problem, I think like in the equation itself, the step isn't needed since it's an evaluation, but when we program it, we put a step that could be like 0.01 in order to make the evaluations smaller and smaller, so we have a more precise parabolic like diagram. So the Euler's method is an evaluation of our points in x and y, so we can make a diagram of the shoot.
That's the plot of the shoot, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And what about the drag force? Why? The question is why do we need to use the Euler's method when we have that force? Why? The question is why?
Because, let me erase this. When we have this and the ball is, for example, in here, we if we didn't have drag force, we just have weight, and I think we would have nothing in here, but we would have a force going that way, and when we have drag force, there is a force pointing the opposite way. So an ideal parabolic shoot without drag force will, for example, in this case, if we didn't have drag force, this would be the parabolic shoot. But in case of having drag force, the shoot would go shorter, because there is a force that is applied on the opposite way of the shoot.
Okay, so what you're saying is that given the drag force, the parabolical shoot will be different, right?
Yep, it will
But
completely change.
why do we use Euler's method instead of solving, for example, the equations?
Because I think it's way easier to calculate it in each point.
Okay. Okay. Mario?
Considering the drag force, is your parabola, is there a symmetry in your parabola?
I think we I think it won't be symmetrical,
Okay.
because I think the drag resistance is increasing as the acceleration increases.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you.